Alright, welcome back to Crown of Leaves. Last time we left off, we were given a shopping list from Univer, who is this lovely lady over here. And as far as I can remember where we left off, so I guess we'll catch up on a little refresher. And we shall ask her some things. Who wants Carrion to live? Where do you want to take Carrion? Who wants him? Who needs Carrion? I can't tell you. So let's talk about something else. I could do with some answers to at least a few questions. Many people think the same, but I'll tell you this. Answers don't always bring peace of mind. Do you think I can just go back to my regular routine without thinking about any of this? Only after you bring me the ingredients for the medicine. Right, so that's where we left off. We were supposed to get things for her to make medicine for our unfortunate friend who is curled up on the floor because he was bitten by something. We can go ahead and ask her about herself. You don't sell vacuum cleaners for no reason, after all. I do sell vacuum cleaners for no reason. I don't believe you. You just arrived. You arrived just as Carrion and I emerged from the slough. How did you know about it? I'm not allowed to talk about it. Do not persist. I've had a hectic week, and under any other circumstances, I'd be happy to spill the beans. But not now. Something's bothering me. I found myself in the slough through Carrion's memories. I just went about my business and suddenly found myself in the flat, surrounded by his friends. Hello, and welcome to the stream. We're just catching up on where I last left off. How could I even get there? And did we really get out? Sorry, I don't know how sloths work. But I can reassure you, you really left it. Well and truly. But I feel the opposite. It's like I'm dreaming. What if it is exactly the case? This is just a state of mind imposed by the sloth. It will wear off. You'll see. This is not just some fever dream. How do you know Carrion? I don't know him. I didn't even know what he looked like. You called Carrion Kiddo. I only heard that name from his Surai friends. You don't say. He's got Surai friends. You have them too, don't you? I have a lot of contacts. I heard it somewhere, so it stuck. There in the slough, I could burn. I mean, I was literally the fire. That's what helped us escape. I'm just a mere mortal. How can this happen? Is it because I'm Karyam's jeweler? I've never heard of anyone, mortal or Tsurai, becoming the fire. It even sounds weird. You sure you're getting everything right? I'll tell you everything as it was. I drank ink, and from that moment on, my hands caught fire. Yes, I know, it sounds silly. Not at all. Go on. I was even able to harm the leader. Even if it didn't hold him back long, but it didn't attack me. Great. Serves him right. Those mutts can't see mortals, so if you had faced it seriously, you'd probably have dispersed it. And nobody would have bitten anyone. Why am I so unlucky? But I can't burn right now. Was it really, a role for the sloth? It would be a useful ability, wouldn't you agree? I could make coffee without a stove, without leaving the room. As I said, neither a mortal nor a Tsurai can become anything different. Do you understand? You can't turn a bird into a paper, or a rock into a suitcase, so you can't become fire. But your Shang can, because it is a very malleable material. This also clarifies some things about the sloth. Usually, Shang is hidden deep and securely inside the body, so that nothing like what you experienced happens to it. And in the sloth, let's say you turned inside out, and your Shang and your body swapped places. You drank the ink, you say? It must have given Shang the ability to ignite. No wonder you've lost it now. Maybe even forever. Really? That's a pity. Hey, cheer up. Don't be upset. Something unnatural happened to your Shang. It was changed by force, not because you wanted it to. And if it returned to its original state in the stream, it's better for you. Alright. I'll remember that. Alright. So now, we just have to check that list that she gave us. All of these are universe vacuum cleaners. Awesome. Oh, his wound looks bad. Really bad. He was lucky to pass out. Okay. What a strange light in here. It makes me want to lie down and sleep for a couple hours. Wow, Univer even put a rug in here. I saw the same Vive on the door to the house. I have no idea what it could possibly mean. Rain? Maybe? A small broken mirror. Person in the picture looks like Carrium. I mean, come on. I'm sure it's Carrium. He and Flynn lived in this very house, and the sloth proves that all this the more. Herbarium under the glass. Someone's child collected it in autumn, and the parents even bought it a frame as a keepsake. The mirror is covered with patina. All that can be seen in it is the ghost of yourself. Face of an old metal bed. Why are these sticks here anyway? It won't be easy to get through them. I don't want to burn my coat. Okay, so I'm guessing this isn't the way to go yet. The old owner of the house was not only a keen farmer, but also a lover of fortune-telling. Or a collector of pointers for talking boards. In any case, that's incredibly stupid. So that's what this place is. An abandoned house on a cliff. Turns out that Carrium lived very close to the camp. So did Flynn? I would be happy to return to my usual routine, but I can't get certain things out of my head. Lifebound. With Carrium. How delightful. I need to hurry up already to gather the noted ingredients for the medicine, and that'll be that. By the way, what's on the list that Univer gave me? 1. A proof of death. Something from the cemetery. 2. A traveler's watch. It is important they visit different time zones. 3. Grigi. Ask a Milalo. What's a Grigi? Alright, so I guess the first thing on our list that we can get is proof of death. So I guess we'll take a trip to the cemetery. This way. I need to go home first. I can walk around the camp later. Okay, I guess we're going home first. Hey, I'm home. And nobody is here. Again. Where's everybody, I wonder? They haven't even locked the door. What if we've been robbed? The bracelet. Phew. Everything's okay. Bracelet is here. And buried under some papers. What's this? My dear, do you want Mommy to have a stroke? If you go spending the night at your friends' or girlfriends', let me know. I understand you're an adult, and that's why I'm not stinting you on anything. But I'm worried, you know. Left the house unlocked in case you return at dawn. Mommy. I disappeared for only a night. That's a relief. The bracelet is altered. There are details on it that definitely weren't made by me. It's all logical. A star reader needs a companion. But I'm sorry for you. I'd rather the same thing didn't happen to you. Don't tell the family. Agreed? Milosh's bracelet was exactly the same. And why is it a jeweler who's supposed to be a star reader's companion? Of course, a jeweler is a very important profession in Latori, but not that important, right? I don't feel like becoming a substitute for my missing uncle, so I can die impaled on branches. And the only one who will be by my side at that moment won't be friends or family, but Carrion. This capricious sleazebag mocking me and calling me a mad hornet. Okay, that's enough. I don't believe in destiny or predetermination. I change my life myself. And I know what to do. It's easier than I thought. The Black Baron prepaid me half, and I did the job just enough for this prepayment. So now, I'll give the bracelet back to the Baron, and let some other jeweler finish my work. I don't have the faintest idea of what I'm going to do next, but I'm as good as done with this thrice cursed bracelet. But first, I'll return the favor to Carrion. Okay. So the bracelet got altered. I guess I should take this book up to Carrion. But what for? He's unconscious. Okay. Since nobody's here, I think there's a new flyer. Marsdale at the cemetery. That's right. A proper place for mystics. Alright. Now we can head to the cemetery. Sleeping sentinels are always covered in a ton of watches. In my opinion, just one watch would be enough. But as Alec would say, this is Latorian style, baby. Hello, Krivatoon. How are you? Still sunbathing? You look fabulous. Well, looky who's here. And where were you loitering around yesterday? Did you forget about the birthday? Oh, sorry. Happy birthday? Say that to Rasco, not me. And while you're at it, you can apologize to him yourself too. I had been persuading him to invite you to the party for so long, and you simply forgot. I didn't forget, Ramonia, honestly. Just a whole bunch of stuff turned up. You know what? I still can't figure you out. Do you want Brilla to start being nice to you, or what? Undoubtedly. Then I remind you, your aunt's opinion isn't influenced by anyone except her beloved elder son. And Vander can't help you in any way either. What does Vander have to do with it? Just look at him. What does Vander have to do with it? Alex saw you continually yo-yo back and forth to the greenhouse. Did you decide to help him tie up the tomatoes? You're chasing moonbeams. He won't defend you against Brilla for that. I was only trying to help him. He wouldn't have made it on his own. And I'm aware of how easy it is to lose credibility with Auntie. She would have shown him the door and shunned him. Rascal was waiting for you. And when you didn't come, he said he wasn't going to chase you like a special guest. Luckily, you didn't see his face. I don't remember such a wry, and at the same time, mad and resentful kisser. You hurt him deeply, Rui, and I was sticking up for you so hard, you know. But I wasn't even at the camp. I went into the fields. Even worse, don't you take it into your head to blab that to him. Tell me, what actually happened? Did you and Vander kill someone? I heard of such things. How's my pretty girl doing? So you go on walking trips now? And how far? Not especially. Hey, sorry that I didn't come to your birthday party. Never mind. Ask me to go on a trip with you next time, Valvale. I broil meat freaking awesomely. Got it. Do you mind if I go? I need to take care of something. Go, go. Beware of wolves, hero. What? I'm saying be careful. You lounge about forests at night. It's not good. I'd hate to find your bare corpse somewhere under a birch. Uh-huh. I'll try. Thanks, Rasco. Okay. First, I need to make sure no one is looking. Crimson magpies. Giant, well-fed birds that aren't afraid of the crowd. Hey. Whose pole is this? Dad's? What? Was he found? Actually, it's the Mound of the Lost. Here, the poles of everyone who disappeared are set up. But there are no dead bodies under them. And it's anyone's guess where they are, or if they're dead. And how long has this mound been here? I don't remember it. It wasn't here before, when I left for Nuri. The pole for Dad was set up today. In fact, it turns out that it was ordered long ago, but became possible to set up only now. Aunt Emerald said. Why have they buried him? He's not dead. I know it. It's hardly a surprise that they decided to bury him. He's long since vanished, and judging by this lush paling, it's no use looking for the missing. They've either slinked off to the marquee or set out for a long-term swim around the flat. One or the other. Listen, I know what's become of him, but don't tell anyone, okay? Not anyone. Dad isn't dead, nor is he alive. He's turned into a ghost. It's true. Whatever gave you that idea, sweetie pie? I heard his voice one night and followed it. Found myself at the top of the cliff, but the voice had faded there, like the wind among the birches. The living can't call that way, and the dead can't all the more. They're silent, but ghosts are capable of anything. And what happened next? Next I went home. That's all? On my way back I noticed lights in the forest, as though candles were burning. I came up closer and saw somebody's celebration. Everyone was laughing and chatting, but it wasn't clear what about. Really? Somebody gathered a sit-down in the middle of the night, just like that? The sky seemed to be lighter above the tables, as if the evening were young. You were there? No, Yes, I was. First I saw the light as though it were the moon through the trees, and then I met some character, and we went to the party. To my birthday party. Impossible. No, that's impossible. You're making this up, aren't you? But that's the absolute truth. There were Tsurai at the party, and they all were my friends. Look here, there was a book about jewelry materials. My dad had signed it for me. No, Serban. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. You weren't there. My Tsurai friends and I were talking about constellations, about the crown of leaves. And they were calling the holiday Tigladera. I remember everything very clearly. Why won't you believe me? Why would I lie? That wasn't happening to you. You don't believe me because you consider me a child, right? For the record, I'm a teenager, and no more calling me Sunshine, or I'll be calling you Ufeso, you understand? Okay, I see. Fair enough, Serban. I believe you. What happened next? Nothing happened. I went home, and later on stumbled over something and fell. Was that when you fell and hurt your eye? Mm-hmm. Why so down in the dumps? Come on, smile. I have an offering for Pa Milosh. Oh, excellent choice. Such a wine could impress those even in Nuri. Dad's favorite. I saw him ever in the company of this babe. In the past, I wouldn't have resisted either. But the boy's grown up, become a man, and developed brass bells. Will, that's the main thing. Will and independence. Are you fond of wine, Rui? My sole passion is coffee. Coffee is the thing I never managed to ditch either. Should I even... Rui, do you think we should ditch coffee? Everyone's hinting zealously that it's where the cause of my insomnia lies, but I have rather slim faith in that. Drink it mornings, not nights, and things will straighten out. However, I admit, you have such a cheerful air that I suggest you go and help Mom dig up vegetable patches at once. That wouldn't be productive. Brilla keeps me out of her precious garden. Besides, Vander does a great job of digging up patches too. And rightly so. Stick around and watch this little concert. There's gonna be some show about mystics and magic, and all that hogwash. I heard you like these sort of things. Come along, Comad. Wait a moment. Alright, now's our chance to grab the thing. In dearth of thy blessing, rest I the shandom from upon thy tome. Thy shang within this house resides. Lo, do I bear it from thy life far yonder? Pray I that it shan't provoke thy wrath, for I bear not upon thee ill will. It just seemed like it should be said. Now we've resorted to grave robbing. Great. Alright. What's next on the list? The Traveler's Watch. Well, I guess we have to go find a watch somewhere. Sometimes I come here to rest. Even in spite of the festival, it is so calm here. Hold on, let's go talk to this cool looking guy. I wonder if I can get a watch from him. I lied to you, young man. Is there something you want from me? Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you need any help. Now, I thank you kindly, but no. As you can see, the tent is already set up. The water is boiling, and believe me, I can brew my tea myself. Yes, I see it. I do. Would you like to buy some souvenirs, maybe? Yes, I do. So I have already browsed a shop that sells interesting trifles. I can go there and buy them for you. Why are you bothering me? Okay, I'll tell you the truth. It's clear you're a rich man, and I thought perhaps you would like to support the local artists. And yes, support your local artists. Local artists? That's right. You should have said that forthright. I truly love the arts. My name is Kudret Rao, and I am always ready to support a hungry artist and to fund their work with real money. So what kind of artists are we talking about? I'm talking about one artist in particular. A young talent with a unique vision of the world. Trust me, his works are outstanding, yet only I can see their real value. Very well. May I see them? Of course. Sure. I'll bring them in now. What am I talking about? What artists? I need to be creative with how to get out of this situation now. There are many drawings in the camp. Maybe they will fit to show them to this Kudret. This teapot is boiling on an elegant grand-shaped stand. Gran are wyverns that live in forests of Alea. I heard once that they're actually Surai who become feral. Perhaps that's why they're considered sacred animals? Koto always have the most exciting products. Tiger figurines, home decorations, comics, and sweets. If I had time, I would look for a tent where they sell them. Okay. There's nothing here for me. So, I guess we still have to find a way to somehow get that watch. Reading coffee grounds, braiding Alia in braids, selling porcelain. I'll look after your pets. Cheap, fast, with a guarantee. I love beautiful men, blonde hair. Good luck with your business, Saley. Okay, this is cute. I even like it. Especially those boots. They look like teeth. I'm a sellin' potato, 3 years old, cream-colored blue eyes. What? I got it. It's talking about a Sujidaro. They forgot to write a name with a capital letter. Oh, hey, everybody's over here. Aha. It will come in handy. That's an angry looking horse. The name Serban is written on the backside. You're back. Where have you been? I had to go away briefly to, what's today's date? And where have you been that you lost track of time? Actually, don't answer. Just let Vander and I figure out the rest. Figure what out? Our city boy has finally found himself a Miriant. Such a pity. I've only just picked up the courage to take the first step. Oh, Rui, congratulations! It's great you finally got close friends. But you won't forget about me, will you? We're kind of buddies now. Alec didn't exactly mean friends, so don't worry. I won't forget. Hey, Al. Well, come on then. Who is she? Or he? Or them? I just wanted to ask how you're doing. Me? I've been on the go since dawn. helping the tourists pitch their tents. Have you dropped in at the festival yet? Yep. They have great atmosphere there. Can you imagine? Not a single guest was surprised that the festival was taking place in the cemetery. I expected a completely different reaction. Well, like last year, you know. Right. You weren't there. Well, last time, I took the opportunity to tell the tourists lots of different stories about the dead and the ghosts. In the light of day, it all seemed silly to them, but at night, it turned into a real nightmare. Especially with a proper masquerade. At least you gave them a good time. Yeah, such a good time that they never came back. This time, there are only newcomers at the festival. How are your plants after the Vaglam? Couldn't be better. I fed them properly. And also asked Malalo to draw a special Vive to make my children grow better. Things seem to be looking up. Thanks to you, Rui. Oh, come on. The main thing is that everyone is alive. Alive? What do you mean? Your plants are alive, of course. I'm talking about them. It's a good thing your plant survived, yes? And the Vive will drive away the Madrook next time. Yeah, right. We'll drive away. Have you ever been to the residential area of the abandoned house? Me? No. Never. But why do you suddenly... How do you... No. Don't be so nervous, Vander. I'm just asking. This house is so weird, isn't it? Not just weird, it's creepy. And earlier tonight, I heard footsteps. Someone was walking over there, Rui. At first I thought it was just my imagination. But then I saw a woman in a black hood standing next to the greenhouse. She saw me and her eyes flashed. I was terribly frightened and... Anyway, I ran away. I didn't want her to kill me. This guy works day shifts. Looks unfriendly. Nothing new on the board of gossip. Maybe there's something in here we can look for. The last thing I drank was ink in this low. A very exotic beverage. 10 carry-ums out of 10. A bird in good health doesn't mind the smell of roasted meat, cigarette smoke, or dust. Maybe there's something in the room that I have to look for? So today is the 10th of Uni. Well, paradoxically, it's much more challenging to explain one day's absence than 1 year's. I got the Shandom. It's a little embarrassing that I have to steal from dead people, but at least it's easy. I'm sorry, Uncle Milosh. I'm really sorry. Hmm. Oh, I guess I have to, I guess I'll just take that picture. Back to the graveyard. Ha. One important question. What kind of art do you usually support? Painting, sculpture, jewelry? All kinds. That's wonderful news. And how do you feel about art which is not meant for the general public? Your questions make me grow suspicious. Really? I have a weakness for classic artists of pre-Prachian times. Kaihanu, Sophia Lang, Anatoly Chernov. I respect sculptors who lived in Alai 100 or 200 years before I was born. The nude figures of Shin Fai Lin alone are worth mentioning. With or without swords and spears? With weapons. The ones without weapons were sculpted by Garza, an imitator of Shin Fai Lin. Oh. I rather like artists who are, as you said, not meant for the general public. But I have taste, so don't try to fool me. I'm not trying to. I need more drawings to make an impression. Something like a portfolio. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go look for more drawings. As they say, back to the drawing board. Hey! Just like the dairy on the cliff. Brilla isn't going to leave the hill camp. You can just look at these broken wheels to understand that her Vardo will stay here forever. Somebody should fix that. Maybe there's a picture in here. Ha! It's Mermy and Laszlo. I wish things had turned out differently. another picture. And one more doodle. There's another picture. What a charming drawing. Not every camp has its own stage, so the mystics drag them along with them. It's useful, in a sense, because everything that doesn't fit into a Vardo will definitely fit into such a colossus. These signs are made of metal and glass. They are pretty pricey. Lazy is busy. It's best not to disturb her or she gets angry. What's this piano for? Ah, this is one of the Latorian spirits, a two-headed serpent. One head is called yesterday, and the other is tomorrow. Would you look at that? A sign with a rook. How many people... Did they all come to hear about how to expel the Mad Rook? Or are they just onlookers? I think that's all that there is for us to look there. It's over here. The sign on the door was taken down. Now nothing can stop me from discussing mystical stuff with mystics. Sadrari! Finally! A real Malalo! I'm so very glad to see you. Huh? I'm in big trouble. I'm afraid I can't handle it without your help. My brother's at death's door. Are you serious? How awful. You should see a doctor, not a Malalo. It's too late to resort to traditional medicine. And that's why I'm here. Only a Grigi will help my brother. Well, well. And what makes you think that? Mystics are capable of anything, so you're my salvation. A Grigi isn't used in treatment. But, did I say my brother needs to be treated? No, no. He's at death's door? He has a cherished dream. I'd love to see a Grigi and touch it just once in my life. Those were his words. Do you understand? Stop putting on a show. You're a pretty miserable actor. Who gave you the idea to come here with such a preposterous request? Alright. Actually, my brother has nothing to do with it. But this Grigi, whatever it is, really can save a life. More than one, even. A Grigi is a fang. By means of it, Malalo feel the flat more clearly. How do I put this? It's some kind of advanced bell ring, but solely for Malalo. Well, if it's a fang. Try to understand, I really need it. I may die. I can't do anything about it. There's definitely no way we can settle it all in one lump. You should schedule a seance. But I don't need a seance. Come here after the performance. Mare will receive you. I'll put you on high priority waiting list. So you'll get in first. Just don't be late. No one will let you go ahead of them afterward. What's your name? Rui. What is it again? Rui? Ingrid, honey, who's there? Nobody. Rui. Okay, I'll remember it. What was that about? Did she dislike my name? What weird folk mystics are. Alright, I'll be back after the performance. Okay, we have 4 pictures. And whatever this thing is, which I guess we found out it's supposed to be a fang. Maybe we'll go back and talk to that other guy. Here they are. This is confusing. What is this? Children's drawings? I told you that the artist is young, but don't criticize it yet. Best you take a closer look. This is his early period. He's still finding himself. And here is an example of an established style. See how confident the lines are? You know, there is something to it. I can't even call it a naive style, though. There is a lot of sharpness, even some kind of hidden cruelty, don't you think? Naive style is not really about that. However, what would you know about it? What is the name of this young talent? Serban. What am I saying? What? What is his name again? Serban. I want to meet him. Is he in the camp now? Can you fetch him? I'm curious to know where he gleans such ideas. Okay, and what am I to do now? The only option is to find Serban and reason with him. Rasco took him somewhere. Okay, let's go find Serban. Oh, there he is. Hello again, Serban. Maman called you. Yeah. And why would Maman be calling him? Oh, did I forget to specify? My mom was calling, not Brilla. Why? Well, she's there, playing cards, and wants the kids to watch her opponents and help her win. Well, I don't mind him going. A man must learn practical wisdom, otherwise these women will not allow us to take a single step. Right, Servan? I guess. It was a joke. Come on, smile. Now off you go. Servant, I need your help. It's urgent. Top priority. What happened? I told a rich guy that you are a talented local artist and showed him your work. You did what? What for? Why didn't you tell him that I'm a jeweler? I didn't think of that. So I said the first thing that came to mind. Can you play along with me? Of course, why not? And what should I do? This guy wants to fund your creative activities. But you need to ask for his travel watch instead of money, okay? But why a watch? I know that money isn't everything and all that, but I could use some. There are so many things for sale at the festival. There's a comic book about a janitor who has a living mop, and it helped him become a master of combat. I managed to read only the first 2 pages, but this is Bassa. Peanut, I'll buy you any comics you want when I have the money. Now play along with me, please. Okay. Maybe by that time, all the issues will be all released already. Hey, it won't take that long. Well, let's go then. I brought him. I lied to you. Well, let's get down to business. My name is Kudret Rao, and I sponsor artists on occasion. I have already acquainted myself with your paintings, and I must confess, I was impressed by this art have made. Thank you, Charo Kudret. What pictures did you show him? Various ones. I selected the best. Do you mind if Master Servant and I talk in private? Sure, go ahead. Amazing expressiveness. How long did it take? A month, but I can draw for a whole year. What a vivid imagination. What inspires you? When you live in a place as boring as Hill Camp, you start to imagine a more interesting place. So, about the funding. Ben, I have something in mind. A most fruitful conversation, Master Serban. It has been a pleasure talking to you. No problem, Kud. Here's my travel watch, as you requested. So, as I said, about the funding, don't hold any grudges against me. But at this stage, money is unlikely to help you develop your talent. That's understandable. I don't need anything. But bear in mind, in the future, I will organize a high-class art school in your camp, and personally select the best teachers. Yeah, good. Bye then. Farewell. And goodbye to you as well, you clingy young man. Well, goodbye. You did it. You looked very natural as an artist. I even liked it a bit. But I thought this Kudrit guy would offer to open a personal gallery for me. Or even better, to take me to another country and open an exhibition there. Or that he would arrange a workshop for me. He's probably no real philanthropist, just a phony. You heard him, though. He wants to open an art school here. Yeah, but who needs these artists? It would be better if he opened a jewelry school. Okay, here. Take your watch. And I'm gonna go. My head's splitting. Thank you for your help, Peanut. Okay, so now that we got the watch, we just have to get a fang from that lady. Which, she was over here. Ugh. There's no conversation with the mystics for me. I have to go back to Univer and ask her what to do next. Okay, I guess we're going back to the house now. Univer? Has she gone outside or what? Well, she came to the camp to trade, not to stay with Carium all day after all. Yes, what do you want? I, went to the Mystic. Great, then come back later. I'm really swamped right now. But the Mystic didn't want to give up his fang. What should I do, Univer? I accidentally dropped the deflagrator. Is that bad? Yes, it's bad. Now the leader is running around in the kitchen, trying to take a bite out of my leg. It's good that it's small and didn't have time to grow its paws back. But if I don't put it back right now, that's exactly what it will do. Can you handle this? Is that a yes or a no? Well, I guess she locked me out. Maybe we should try and go back to that other person. Maybe talk to them. Let's see what's over here. Flesh tigers. It must be comfy to put them under your head. Oh, I didn't see those in the corner before. They're so cute. Alright. Haha. Well, it's closed again. Why am I so unlucky? Our meeting yesterday went off with such warmth and friendliness that I still recall it with a smile on my face. Ma Nemi, how's your grandson? Has his coughing stopped? Yes, Charo Mare's Tail. Ben. 2 spoons before bedtime. Just as you said. And you, Charo Tomash. I bet your back pains are gone? They sure are, Charo Mare's Tail. Ben. As I always say, incurable diseases don't exist. Before we start, I'm going to say a few words about the fan shop. It's open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. All the enamel pins have already been taken, but there are still lots of mugs and t-shirts left. This guy's promoting himself. My assistant beyond compare, Ingrid, from the Stillwater camp, is waiting for you behind the counter. Now are you ready? It's showtime! I've been to many camps, but truly relax the mind only here. The open expanse, the pearly lake, that lonely house at the precipice, and yet it's going too fast for me to read. The time is right. How can you listen to him? How can you trust a mystic more than common sense? Spirits don't exist. Listen. Listen to him well, my friends, and memorize his words. What's your name, Charo? Rui. Let's welcome Rui, Brilla's nephew, friends. Would you come on the stage, Rui? Fat chance. I'm not going to take part in your idiotic show. I've got to go home, actually. You won't deny yourself the pleasure of challenging and refuting me, will you? The last thing I want to do now is argue with a charlatan wearing a sophist's costume. Hey! Rui has just called me a charlatan, but refused to participate in a verbal duel. Fine. Where were we? Charo Marestail, Rui's insulted not just you, but also all of us. Yes. He dares think we're dumb goobers? Teach him a lesson. Rui, I value the diversity of views more than anything in the world. It's a great pity you aren't capable of standing up for your own. Oh, I am. You're merely a stage magician and pseudo-wise man building a cult of himself. All these smoke machines and plinking away on the piano. This is all about playing people off. You're making very personal remarks. That's not an argument. Why don't you articulate what precisely it is that you're accusing me of, for starters? You tap people for money, telling them tales about spirits. You make it sound like storytellers should work for free. The root of my work lies elsewhere. I rescue people from misfortunes they're defenseless against. And my services don't cost a dime. Then what enriches mystics? Chanting? Weaving talismans? Donations. You left your native land and set off all the way across the continent to stuff your head with university wisdom. New knowledge can drive away your belief in spirits, but it can't drive the spirits themselves away from this world. Sorry, but you're the most ordinary highbrow. Don't look at me like that. I know everything about you. No, not everything. For instance, I used to issue newspaper where I exposed the ravings of frauds like you for what they were. I've traveled around the flat enough to assert that Surai exist, but there are no spirits, even there. Let me tell you a story. I spied behind a tree shadow. Who goes there? I asked, and they replied, I'm a Tsurai of Lasian clan. I rejoiced and showered him with questions, yet he refused to answer. Yet why? I asked. We have a code of laws according to which it's forbidden to answer. Hey, it's one of those constellations. Then what are you here for? I pondered. To warn. Immortals are forbidden. But one immortal violated this law. We are afraid there'll be others who do the same. Why did Asurai need to kill an ordinary mortal? The Lasius first hesitated to speak, but then answered. The stars rained down. I'll refrain from pointing out that Asurai replied to you immediately after he said that he wasn't allowed to. But Tsurai broke a law to forewarn me of other Tsurai who had violated a law as well. So what's the point of this story? Sorai don't appear in our presence, but from childhood we're familiar with pictures of Suolikin on lunch plates and embroideries of Lasius on towels. We can't see spirits either. Nevertheless, we are aware of the way they look. Firefoxes, the white serpent Dambali, the mole jailer, we're surrounded by images of spirits. Are you trying to say that if someone happened to see a boot that was shaking and squeaking, it must have been caused by a spirit and was nowhere near a flight of fancy? I'm trying to say that Madrook exists, and he causes harm to mortals. At first his pranks were harmless. Torn sheets and damaged stuffed fish do upset, but they're not the end of the world. Now he plants vaglams which make harvests die and destroy fields. Next thing you know, a cattle plague has begun because of him. And then, eventually, the flat's tearing apart, and that's serious. If the rook doesn't get banished, people will start dying. The Mad Rook's become a frequent visitor to the hill camp recently. This suggests the idea to me that a summoner's hiding somewhere. A summoner, of course! What did you expect? That he had a week off every year? My intuitions brought me here, and I swear the summoner's hiding among you. Look closely at your neighbor. Do they have an odd item, such as a ritual knife made from a male Tegar horn? A pack of triangular cards? An unusual piece of jewelry made from magic materials? Rui's making a bracelet from Mere Oak. Yeah, and Mere Oak's a magic tree from what I hear. But why would Rui make a bracelet from a magic tree? Rui, why are you making a bracelet from a magic tree? I'm making it for a customer. What customer? For the Black Baron. For, the Black Baron. And why would the Black Baron need a Mere Oak bracelet? He's ordered it for his fiancée from a unique sketch. I know the Red Baroness, glory to her horns and kisses to her hands, but I've never heard of the Black Baron. Come to think of it, I hadn't thought of that either. I wondered about that though, and it seemed strange to me back then too. He's the Red Baroness's brother. He told me so himself. He told him so himself. The Red Baroness doesn't have a brother. No, she doesn't have a brother. It's shameful to be ignorant of Marvari's lineage. So who's this Black Baron then? Is that by any chance the Mad Rook? So it was you summoned the Mad Rook. Leave this camp. Run away from here. What? I said get lost before they give you a thrashing. End of the second act. Huh. Alright, since we reached the end of the second act, I think we're gonna stop it there. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of Chapter 2, Act 2 of The Crown of Leaves.